Well, first of all, I need to address a situation as to why I haven't been on YouTube for a while. I haven't been very well. I've dying a death for the first week, and the following week it was just a matter of recuperating. I was at work, but when you're feeling like basically hammered shit, you don't really feel like doing a fat lot of anything. Ugh. I think it was, when was it? It was last week, middle of last week. I did try to do a video, but what happened was, which is my own fault, I'd forgot that the phone had run out of space. There was no space left to record anything, so I was waffling away for about 40 odd minutes and it didn't record a thing. But hey, these things happen. Heads up, we're going to make Windows better. Oh nice, updating soon, that's cool. The reason why I'm in the security office today, which I'll be in the security office for the rest of this week, is because we had a trailer stolen last Friday just gone. We've recovered the trailer, but obviously what was in it has gone. For me, it was quite. How can I put it without making it sound too bad? It was a strange one. For the last 2 weeks, because of me not sleeping well and getting up really early and having to drive the long way to work for two reasons. First of all, they've got traffic lights at the bottom of my street, so fuck that. And second of all, I'm fed up with me battery on my car going flat, so I've decided to go the longer way around so it keeps my battery charged. Because obviously all I'm doing is driving in the dark when I come to work and driving in the dark when I'm going home. And because I only live around the corner, not really that far away, it's not really giving the battery a chance to charge. So giving the long way around is actually give it a little bit of, oomph, if you like. Anyway, this is how bizarre the Friday was when the trailer went missing. It was weird. Like I say, I'm up early and I'm outside my house, put my stuff in the car, and I'm thinking, how the fuck am I going to get out of here now? Because behind me was an ambulance which was blocking my car, and I couldn't actually get out. And I was stood outside from 5:15 till 5:50 or thereabouts. Trying to figure out where the fuck these people are, whoever they're dealing with, I don't know. And because normally I'd have turned up here at around about 5:30. So there's a possibility I may have actually seen whoever was taking the bloody trailer out of here, you know what I mean? Anyway, so when I did get in, which would be around about, I think it was just after 6 o'clock by the time I actually got in the yard. And that was it then. We didn't even realise until one of the drivers, because I didn't actually drive on Friday, I was in the yard because John was off, it was his birthday. So I was in the yard pottering about doing trailer checks and what have you. And this driver came round, he was looking for JR513, and I went, that's not in here, because I remember the trailer check. I says, no, that's not in here. There ain't now 513 in here. But apparently it's supposed to have been in here. It was supposed to have been in here because it was going off to Goole. And that was when they realised that, well, if that trailer's not there, where's it gone? So they got the tracker on it. And the tracker had put it sort of up on the A5 in the Drayton Manor area. Not actually at the park, but it was in that location. And so they went off to go and see if they could find the trailer, see if it was actually there, but it wasn't. So they waited an X amount of time to see if they could reactivate the tracker to see where it was, and it still hasn't gone anywhere. It was still up in that area, I think. But then a few hours later, there was a phone call that the trailer had been found, and it was in Birmingham. So I had to, because I'd gone home, so I had to come back in and go and fetch this trailer from Birmingham. Bloody hell, what a place that was. It was in an industrial area, don't get me wrong, but to get to it, fucking hell. Yeah. Obviously I'd only just drove, I didn't bring anything, I didn't bring my sat nav, and I had to use Google to find this place, and Google Maps for finding places in a truck is not the best thing in the world at all. It's fucking useless. Anyway, I managed to get there, and I found the trailer where it had been dumped. All the curtains were pulled closed, but they wasn't fastened. The offside front curtain pole was in at the bottom but out the top. All the internal the roof supports, the bars, they weren't even attached, they were just swung inside the trailer. And as the vehicles were going past it when it was parked, the curtains were flapping a bit like a Dumbo's ears, you know what I mean? So immediately looking at that and where it was dumped, I would say that the stuff that was on the back of that trailer is going to be in that area. The simple reason is the streets that are off that area, they are very pokey. There's parked cars, it's just tiny. So if this thing's going to go hurtling down any kind of street, or whatever, it's going to start clobbering stuff. The curtains are going to flap all over the place, it's going to smack into things, so it's got to be somewhere close, it's got to be. And so I managed to scroll the unit underneath the trailer. He'll answer the phone mute. And because it was at an angle, the one leg was on the footpath and the other leg was sort of fucking free floating above the road. And every time the trucks went past all the vehicles, it was doing this. It was thinking, fucking unbelievable. They just, people have got balls of steel, ain't they? They've got to do, because there's no way I could do something like that. Just fucking drive into somebody's yard, walk up to a trailer and fuck off with it. I mean, I just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I could not do that. There's just no way. Anyway, so once I'd got myself underneath it, I had to then straighten all the curtains properly to put them in the right place and put the bars back in and fasten the whole thing back up again, and then obviously it was safe enough to travel with. There was no damage done to it. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it was, well, if there was, you wouldn't have fucking noticed anyway, but nothing was busted. So I managed to get it back, and by the time I got back, it was about fucking 6 o'clock. It was a 3-hour job, that was, it took me. And it was only in Birmingham, as soft as it sounds, fucking stupid. But where it was, this industrial area, as I come out of the this little place, and then down this was like a small street which come to an island. I mean, I can't remember the place offhand now. I think it was the road that I ended up on, which was over the island, was called Lee Hall, something Lee Hall Street or Lee Hall Road or Lee Hall. Anyway, so I follows that, and of course Mr. Google there with its fucking wonderful idea, wanting me to go under a 10'9" bridge. I'm thinking, yeah, I didn't come this way, so I just kept on going until obviously I found a decent high street to turn right down, which I remember, that's where I went. So I went off up there and I carried on and blah blah blah. But by the time I got into one of the main A roads, I think it was a 40/40, and I'm still trying to figure out which is the best way to go, because my sat nav wanted to take me somewhere over there, when I'm thinking, well, I want to go that way, not that fucking way. And as I'm looking, I'm thinking, well, okay. Because by the time I'd say I got out that industrial area, right, I'd turn right, up to the island, straight over, carried on going over another couple of little islands, turned right again onto a main road, which was the 440. By the time I got to the end of that, which wasn't far, there's a big fuck off island, and he wanted me to go straight over this island. I'm thinking, but the M6 is there. So I'm looking on the map thinking, well, you can't actually get to the M6 this bloody island. That's a bit stupid, isn't it? So I'm looking and I'm thinking, and it says M6 south was to the left. Not that you can actually get on the M6 south from that point. You had to follow the 47, I think it was, or straight on for north. And I'm like, well, that's a bit fucking soft, because if you go left, Star City's there, which sends you over a couple of islands, to a set of traffic lights, turn right, and you're underneath the sketty. So that's what I did. I got to this island, I chucked to left, and it was a fucking empty road. I thought, oh, this is cool. Straight over, down the island, over the island, think, turn this shit off now. Past Star City, up and over to the lights, to the other bit of light, fucked off to the right, round the bottom, under the bridge, fucked off left, and I was back. I was on the motorway. But from that point of picking it up to actually getting there, it must have took me about fucking 40 minutes. It was ridiculous. I'd say from that point to Star City, what? 3, maybe 4 miles. I mean, that's a fucking push, that is. Well, fuck man, the amount of traffic. Yeah, not good. But I mean, eventually, like I say, I got it back and I parked up over there. I've fetched off the airline connector. I just unscrewed it so nobody can actually shift it, because I would have thought, I don't know whether they came over the weekend or not, but the forensics have got to come and have a mess with it and see, but I can't see them find anything, to be honest with you. And plus the fact I've been over it as well myself, so I've had gloves on. But what are they going to find? There's nothing they're going to find at all. I'll be very surprised if they found anything, because I mean, any driver, you'd have thought, I mean, from my experience, I always wear gloves, so there's going to be no fingerprints or anything like that. There'll be no bloody DNA or anything like that, unless the forklift truck driver who's whipped it off has touched anything. But who's to say? You never know. But it was definitely another one. Very strange indeed. But that's the reason why I am stuck in here. I don't mind. I mean, my truck at the moment it's died. The mine's DYD. The front wheel, driver's side, for some unknown reason, always seems to lose the wheel nut indicators, and it's been fucking me off. And I don't know why, because every time I've put 3 sets on there and they've gone. The truck itself now is down Bridge End to be repaired, because we've figured out what it is. We thought it was that in the first place, but we could never get it to do what we thought it was. I couldn't anyway. I mean, that might be just the fact that I'm just a fucking awesome driver, like, you know what I mean? Taking a piss a bit there, but never mind. What it was, the front brake caliper must have been sticking intermittently. So if it's driven for a long period of time, it obviously starts to rub, and obviously friction builds up and it starts to get very hot, so the heat will dissipate through the wheel, hits the wheel nuts on the hub, and they'll start to swell the plastic, and then they just go and off they go. But when I drive it, because obviously I don't really go that far for that length of time, I'm only literally up to Cannock, Unilever, Lichfield, back again, blah blah. That's pretty much what I do. And I'll get out the cab, check, fine, not a problem. They're not red hot, nothing. But you can see that they have got warm, right? You can see that, but I just couldn't get it to do it. But when one of the drivers went off on it on, was it Wednesday night, It broke down, so she was back on the Thursday morning. Went and fetched it Thursday night. Brought it back sometime Friday in the morning, whatever, and dropped it off on the low over there. And apparently when she pulled up, the front disc was literally fucking white hot, fucking glowing. So it must have gotten stuck again at some point. Now, I don't know why. I mean, I've been from here up to Bolton, up to Chorley, and then back again, and I never had a problem with it. It never got hot or fuck all. There was nothing. And but when I don't know. Maybe she's more brake happy than what I am. I don't know. I like to use but who knows? It's a problem that has been occurring, so it needs to be addressed, and thankfully it's got found out and it's not caused too much damage. But we have asked if they'll check the wheel bearing as well, because it does seem to be leaking a lot of grease at the wheel hub, so we're going to check the wheel bearing as well, hopefully. So when it comes back, fingers crossed, it'll be still in the same state as I fucking left it, because it's really clean and tidy in there. It's a nice truck. I just hope it comes back in time, and it comes back in one piece. I just hate to lose the fucking thing, but that's my truck. My truck is it's not on the road. It's a bit duffer at the moment, but never mind. I'm sure it'll come back soon enough. Zero. But other than that, yesterday I went to the hospital with this ongoing thing that's been fucking pissing me off, and had the camera shoved down my throat to have a look inside my stomach, and he says, we're going to have a look inside your stomach and your small intestine. I think, oh nice, happy days. But I think the nurse with this fucking numbing shit, because you have a choice. Hang on, bear with me. Yeah, I was quite thankful actually that it was on a weekend, because the amount of days I've been having off to keep going to the doctors and fucking hospital appointments and blah blah blah, it's doing my head in, right? But anyway, so I went yesterday. It was my appointment was at 12:15. But I think the nurse with this fucking numbing spray, I think she went a bit overboard, because I couldn't fucking breathe, the stupid stuff. I had to like sit up because I was lying down on this on the fucking the gurney, and swallow this, and honestly, your throat just feels fucked. And I started to get very phlegmy inside me windpipe, like, you know, and it was not doing me any favours at all. But she was fucking, and I'm like thinking enough now, and I'm trying to calm me breathing down, because it was like going fucking nuts. And I'm like, because then you're trying to swallow, and it's that numb. Even though you are swallowing, you can't even feel that you're swallowing. So whatever's in your throat feels like it's still there. But eventually it calmed down a little bit. So then he shoves this thing in my gob so I don't bite down the camera, and keeps your mouth open. So I'm clamping down on this, and it's swallowing, and it's like, as it goes down the back of your throat, like, and you can feel it then travelling down. And it's like, and I'm gritting my fucking teeth on this thing that's in there. I'm slowing my breathing right down to like a, you know, really, really slow and controlled, and I can feel him blowing the inside of my stomach up like this. I'm like, I'm really, really concentrating, and I'm trying my best. But I will say this much: this experience this time round was fucking shit compared to the second time. Because the first one was a bit naff. Second time I knew what was coming, but the third one, fuck me, honestly, overboard with the spray. I mean, you have a choice. You can either be fucking sedated or you can have the spray, and I chose the spray because I remembered what it was like last time. But it was a different hospital when I went last time. It was at I think it was Warsaw I went to, and anyway. So they did all that shit, and I was just fucking grateful it was over with. It didn't take long, and that's the reason why I can't see the point in being sedated just to have that done, because it literally lasts, what, a couple of minutes? You know what I mean? So I might as well just suffer the fucking shit for a few minutes, and away you go. But once it was done and managed to get all the fluid out of my gob, which you had to suck all this stuff out with that suction stuff, and because I was drooling like a fucking what have you. So once that was over with, and I was walked off into the other room then, and they give me my all the consent forms and me what did he call it? Oh, what the fuck was it called? It was a sheet with what the doctor found. There's a form they called it something, but I can't think of it was now. That'll bug me, that will, that won't it? Fucking bug the piss out of it. What the fuck was it called? Results. Fucking hell. Brain. Work. What the fuck? Yeah, it says it'll give you results in a second. So obviously I waited, and while I was out filling out some bits and bobs, and then talking to one of the nurses and all that sort of shit, and then because I'd had an appointment cancelled, which was supposed to be for Friday for another camera to go up my starter and down with vocal cords to get them checked. That got cancelled. I'm still waiting for a rebook for that one. That means I might have to go and have an operation on my throat anyway to get this vocal nodule knocked out. So then I will have to be snuffed out, which I'd rather prefer that anyway. But yeah. So I've got to take my forms off to the doctors, which I'll make an appointment and show him. Then I've got to take these pills apparently for there's a 6 months course or some. I've got some inflammation of my gullet, which is why it makes me feel a bit. So get that done, and hopefully once that's been sorted, it just means I'm going to have to start and get my weight back down again. Yeah, get your weight back down, and then it might all settle down again, because at the end of the day, when I'd got my weight down to like 12.5 stone, I had no fucking issues at all, no problems whatsoever. So yeah, well, that's my life story for you. I hope it hasn't bored you too much, and so I do apologise I haven't been on YouTube for quite a while. I know there's a few of you out there have been curious as to where I've disappeared to, but especially Dan the man, who's like fucking hanging out his window every time he comes in. He's like, what the fuck, what the, because he's missing my videos. But yeah, well, like I've said before, because I keep doing the same thing literally over and over again, there's not really a fat lot to do, you know what I mean? So it's not, as I call it, fucking exciting enough. So yeah, I think that what's the point in showing you the same shit over and over? If I have anything interesting to talk to you about, like right now, then fair enough. That's a given, isn't it? You know what I mean? But other than that, I can't really help it. I mean, I'm not going to bore you with the same dribble every time. But hey ho, I'm going to go. Kettle's nearly boiled. It's probably pissing with fucking water out of it. I'll speak to you later, hopefully, or sometime or other. But enjoy your day, and speak to you later. Ta-da! See you later.